In this session, we're looking at steps to express your brand personality after creating it. So creating is like you're planning your strategy and all of that, right? Like on paper and all of that. Good. Now, when you have done all of that and you've taken some actions as far as creating your brand personality is concerned, you need to express it. A brand personality that is not expressed will never create results. An entrepreneur and a professional who is not vocal about their brand to express it, especially as somebody was saying already, with limited resources. As I always say, I don't trust a serious entrepreneur in this age who is not doing their best to build a social media following on a daily basis. And number two, they don't post at least 2 times on at least 2 social media platforms about their business. Then I don't think you are serious about your brand expression. You are not building social media following on social media platforms in general, and you don't post at least 2 times a day on at least 2 major platforms. It could be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever that you choose, even YouTube, whatever that you choose, because it's very important. There are many people complaining, oh, business is not growing, I'm not making sales. Meanwhile, their brand expression and their marketing is terrible, which is the foundation for lead generation before you can make sales. Okay? Now, these steps are critical for you to see results. Without these steps, you are going to struggle. Okay? Without these steps, you are going to struggle. So it is critical for you to understand how can you consistently put these steps into action. Again, as I said, you will not build a strong brand personality without consistency. And you cannot expect to express your brand personality effectively without consistency. So you cannot do these steps once a week or once a month and expect to build the same brand like somebody who does this every day, every week for 5 years, for 3 years, for 2 years. No. And there is no great brand. Look at the greatest of the greatest. You will see they have invested 20 years and above as far as brand expression is concerned. So this is very important for us to understand. Number one, one of the best ways that you need to express your brand personality is apply brand personality to your messaging. Okay, so you need to apply your brand personality to your brand message. Your brand message could be content that you share on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, all of that. You can share through text, through graphic designs, through videos, all of that. Some brands are built with video contents through their YouTube channel, Facebook pages, self-hosted content on website and all of that. But you need to make sure that you have these messages and you are applying the brand personality which you created using the behaviors, characteristics, fears, and desires, all of that. You're now taking that and bring it here. You now see the challenge where if you don't have a brand personality, you will struggle to express the brand. Okay? So you need to look at what is the best way to express my brand. Like for me, for example, the best way to express my brand are through, I do graphic design, the one you see on your screen. I do quotes, I do write-ups, I do newsletters, I do blogging, I do YouTube channel, I do all of these things. I do WhatsApp broadcasting. All of these things, I do them because there are important ways for me to express my brand. Okay, so you need to apply, but the first step is apply your brand. Don't just write content anyhow. No. Don't just write. Make sure that what the brand message you're writing fits your brand personality. It fits your personality. Okay, good. This is one of the easiest ways to get your brand personality across, especially if you're a personal brand. Brand personality and effective copywriting or effective writing of content go hand in hand, and that's where you need to start. That's the foundation, because it basically costs you nothing to write and post on Facebook. It costs you nothing to write and post on LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram. It costs you nothing to write about your products, your services, how you create impact, how you make sales, how you create transformation, all of that, and post. Okay, that's why brand personality and effective copywriting or creating content, business content, go hand in hand. So the question is, how are you effectively using your social media handles to advance the expression of your business brand or your startup brand? If you don't know how that is done, go check my Facebook or my Instagram or my LinkedIn. On all my platforms, you see Javnyuy Joybert. You will see how on a daily basis I constantly use copywriting to express my brand, and as I do that way, I get a lot of clients. I get a lot of leads. Leads means people come in, but okay, so how can I do this? Can you help me with this? Can you do this? When they come now, I start proposing my packages. Okay, yes, I can do this. Buy this course, buy this package, buy this consulting package, buy this coaching package. All of that, it goes. You see, very important. Good. Apply brand personality to brand story. Your brand story is not about your brand. An effective brand story is about the audience. Right? So you need to know how to tell stories. Pick stories from the lives of your audience and create content about it. That's the meaning. Pick stories from the society that relate to their audience and create content about it. Pick challenges from around you that relate to your target market and create content about it. Pick obstacles, pick pain points from around you, create content about it. Create a brand story about it, and then share on your various platforms. It's very powerful. I do this is one of my strongest brand expression strategies, where I create a lot of brand stories. I pick stories from around, I pick stories from society, I pick people's challenges, pain points, and all of that, and I create a story, but very educational. And that's why if you look at most of those stories I write, in the midst of it, you'll see my contact, you'll see the courses I'm selling, you'll see my coaching packages. So when people read the stories, they're able to resonate with the story. They see themselves in it, because an effective brand story is about the audience, not about you. So you write about the audience first, you create video about the audience first, you create audio about the audience first, then in the midst of that brand story, you now sell. If you're very critical, you see that many companies do this around. And I do this a lot. I think it's around among my top 4 strategies in sales, because it works like magic. Okay, like for example, let me give you an example. I was coaching a business, some 2 co-founders a few days ago. They run a perfume brand, a perfume brand. They sell perfume and all of that. Then I was giving them strategies on a couple of things. And one of the strategies I gave them was that they should create, because part of it was content strategy. And one of the content strategies I told them was, create content on, like, it's soon it will be back to school, right? In Africa, back to school is coming. In some countries already back to school. And I said, create content on things like how perfume will build self-confidence in you as a student. You see? So they can create content on that. And now reverse it, they can create a brand story around that. There could be, so maybe one of the founders, or they can create a story where, how he or she wore perfume, and their brand confidence or their self-confidence was improved, and how they relate with people got better. Now, if you create that kind of a story, somebody who's going through low self-esteem, low self-confidence, or who is always feeling excluded in the society, they will feel, they will see themselves in that story. And as they read that story, they will likely buy the perfume. That's the meaning of brand story. Or you look around you, what is it that people are complaining around? Like me, I do that a lot. When somebody complains anything around me, I just speak it. That's why there's content ideas everywhere. What people complain about, what they hate, their challenges, their pain points, pick it, see how it resonates with your audience, and see how you can link your business into it and make a sale. That's a brand story. One of the most powerful ways to express your brand personality is through brand stories. If you look at most of my content, like on Facebook, that I've had more than 1,000 likes and comments and all of that, they were stories of personal challenges, pain points, and all of that, that relates, that the normal audience that follow me, that they relate with. You see, because when people relate to something, they see themselves into it, they now see a way out, because you will be proposing your startup or yourself as the solution to that challenge or to that pain point. Okay, this is the story your audience wants to hear, and this is the story your brand needs to tell them. That's your brand story. So what is the challenge your audience is going through in the environment? Create a story from that challenge. Put a solution in that story, and you are the solution. Your startup is the solution. Then tell the story on various platforms. You will generate leads and, of course, experience sales. Number two, apply your brand personality to your brand identity. Apply your brand personality to your brand identity. Okay, very important. Every brand should have an identity, colors, logos, right? Your brand identity is one of the most expressive tools of your entire brand strategy, right? Your colors, your logos, and all of that. So make sure that your brand personality is connected to your brand identity. You see? So if you are doing anything, make sure it can resonate with your colors. Don't just do things haphazardly. No. If you're going to take pictures, for example, check these dresses I'm taking. Or if you're trying to repaint your office, like if you look at my office example, office always have green and white because our company logo has green and white, and all of that is there. So because how you paint the office and how it looks like is important to your brand expression. Okay, good. So your brand identity should be able to resonate with your brand personality, because it plays a big role in your entire brand strategy. As people, we can remember visuals. The characteristics you want to display through your brand personality can be applied very effectively through visuals you develop. Visuals here are your graphic designs, your logo, your calendar, your pictures, what else? Anything that is from even your PowerPoint presentation. If you look at my PowerPoint, since we started, my PowerPoints are the same. They have the same color. You see, it's intentional. It's intentional. So it makes it easy for people to always see and remember. Something happened one time where a trainer, another trainer, I did a training like this, and I shared my PowerPoint in the group, people to use for stuff. The guy took it. When I removed my pictures, when I removed my logos, and then when I did a presentation in another town. And somebody who is used to, or who has seen a couple of presentations, snapped it and sent me and said, I think this is a PowerPoint presentation. You see, my name was not there, my picture was not there, but just the color and the structure of it. The guy remembered. He snapped and said, look, I think this is your PowerPoint that somebody using here. The power of a brand. Right? Good. So it's also very important for you. People remember that when they see somebody, they feel, oh, this is you. Apply your brand personality to every touch point. Apply your brand personality to every touch point. Yes, your touch points are the first things that your customers see or interact with when they come across your business. It could be your door. It could be the entrance to your door. It could be your reception. It could be a glass of water. It could be a glass, a cup of tea. It could be a book, a pen. That's why I see some companies go brand their pens to have company name. That's a touch point. A pen is a touch point. Books is a touch point. Journals, a touch point. You see some companies give shirts to their employees to wear shirt or t-shirt that have the company logo and all of that. That is a touch point. So you make sure that you apply your brand personality to every touch point. And again, touch point is one of the first things that a customer comes in contact with as far as your brand is concerned, or your company, your business is concerned. Your brand, so your touch point will also be your website. It could be your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your Twitter page, your email newsletter, whatever. So you need to make sure that any touch point that relates with your startup, with your business, let it also carry your brand personality. Your brand strategy sets the foundation of all your brand communication. Yeah, so don't just communicate anyhow. Don't just print flyers anyhow. Don't just print books and pens and t-shirts anyhow. No, make sure that those touch points relate with your brand personality. It is important that this personality is displayed consistently. Yes. The same color on a pen should be the same color on a teacup or a t-shirt, whatever. There should be that uniformity, that consistent uniformity as far as the touch points are concerned, and of course, the brand personality. Your marketing efforts are the forefront, are the front lines of your brand, and where your personality needs to be at its most tangible human self. Okay, so every touch point should be laced with their brand personality, including your website. I mentioned already, your website, your brochures, your banners, your content, your videos, social media channels, social posts, emails, all of that. Like if, for example, if you follow me on social media, you'll see that I have the same picture, the same profile picture on all my social media handles. I have the same cover design on all my social media handles. It's intentional. I'm respecting this principle of making sure that I apply brand personality to every touch point and it is consistent. Okay. One thing I do is that every year I have how do I call it, colors for the year. Like this, I mean, like my dressing colors. This year is blue and black. So I wear a lot of blue suits this year, 2022, and black shirt. Another, and I think the other year was yellow and black, all of that, right? So you create all of those kind of stuff, but it communicates something significant because it makes people to remember you and what you represent. A brand is an entity that humanizes a business, so the intended audience can develop feelings toward it. That's the truth. You see, your audience should be able to develop feelings towards your brand, because branding is all about feeling. It's all about expression. Okay, ultimately have a relationship with your brand, have a relationship with your startup, with your company. And that is why expression is the key as far branding is concerned. Okay, it's all about how do you make people feel and enjoy and see your brand. All of these steps that we're talking, all of this explanation is about how do you put yourself out there in a structured manner that your target audience get to see you, feel you, and build a relationship with you. Simple. That is it. All these steps, all those things what we say. How do you ensure that your target audience consistently see you, you express your brand, and they see your brand? They start feel you, they are connected to you, they build a relationship with you, which leads to consistent buying, regular purchase, as far as your business is concerned. So brand growth does not happen by guesswork. It is intentional. It doesn't happen by guesswork. It is intentional. Okay, good. Let us take some questions and round up.